So in this video, I'm going to show you the setup process of the Motorola G5S. Now it comes with a protective film, so I'm just going to take that off. Now I'm just going to apologize quickly because the automatic exposure settings on my camera means that sometimes the scene is going to look really dark depending on whether the phone screen is bright or not. Now, one thing I found to be annoying is the startup of the phone. Not necessarily how long it takes, but rather the awful sounding startup audio.
Hello, Moto.
And the terrible cartoon graphics. It just looks so ugly to me and it sounds so terrible. But fortunately, there is a way for you to go into the settings of the phone after you set it up, and you can actually turn off the sound of the startup animation, but you can't turn off the actual animations itself. So when you turn on the phone, it asks you to set up the phone. You just follow the prompts on the screen. I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you want to transfer your files from another phone. Now I'm just doing this for your benefit because I did not back up my iPhone data to the cloud. I do that manually, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So now you have to log into a wireless network so you can download your files from the cloud. I'm just going to skip the login part and show you what the next screens look like. So now I'm just going to go back and set up the phone as a new phone. Now this is what I find really annoying with smartphones. I really dislike the idea of being restricted or being forced to do something. So with the iPhone, you had to set up an Apple ID, you had to set up an account with them, you had to put in your credit card details, whether you want to download free apps or not. Unfortunately, Android isn't that much better because it also makes you set up an account with Google. You have to do it. Well, like you almost have to do it. So I decided to just skip that process for now. But as I saw later, a lot of the apps you will not be able to use. Like I couldn't even look at the calendar. Just to look at the calendar, like when a particular date is, what day of the week it falls on. I couldn't even look at the calendar without logging into a Google account. You can add a fingerprint, and I'm just going to skip that for now as well because I just want to set up the phone and show you what the phone itself, like in its basic function, look like. So like I said, I do not like the controlling and restrictive nature of these companies, so I like to turn these options off because they want to take your data, they want to take your location. Yeah, it doesn't identify you as a person, but I still don't like it. So now here's a bunch of other things they want your permission to in order to access. You can read through that when you set it up. If you say yes, they will make you set up an email account. I don't want my personal data to be tied to any mobile device, which means I don't usually use email apps. If I use email on the phone, I log in the browser. That way, I'm not permanently logged into an email account. And if I lose my phone, nobody will be able to see my email. So this is what the home screen looks like. And this is what the apps look like. You scroll up from the bottom to see the other apps. And you scroll left and right to see the other app screens. So here are the apps that comes with the phone already installed. I'm surprised that it doesn't come with a voice or audio recorder. So this is the settings menu. Now the SIM card, I haven't put it in yet, as you can see, so I'm going to do that, and then after I do that the phone will have some reception. So here's something I did not like about the SIM card holder tray. I'm just gonna fast forward this part here because I'm just fiddling with the SD cards. I'm just gonna fast forward this part here because I'm just fiddling with the SIM cards. So now I'm putting the SIM cards in it. You can either put in a micro. So now I'm just gonna fast forward this part because it's just me fiddling with the SIM cards. Now you can put in either a nano SIM card in the SIM card slot 1. Now I'm just gonna fast forward this part because it's just me fiddling with the SIM card. So now I'm gonna put the SIM card in it. Now here's something I found to be slightly problematic. Because the SIM card holder tray is so thin and flimsy, and the nano cards are the nano SIM cards are so small, when you're pushing the tray back into the phone, you can see that sometimes it causes the SIM card to fall out of the tray, and when you're pushing the tray into the phone, that causes the SIM card to get pushed out of the phone. That is okay. What is worrying is if the SIM card falls out of the holder inside the phone as you're pushing the tray back into the phone. If you're pushing the tray back into the phone and while inside the phone the SIM card gets dislodged, it will very likely get stuck in your phone. That would be very bad. So now that I put the both SIM cards in it, it asks you which one you want to be your main one, and do you want to turn on the cellular data for them. With this phone, you can set up your main phone and your non-main phone according to the contacts of your phone. So now let's have a look at the storage of the phone. So I have not put these external micro SD card in it, so I have not expanded the memory. So here it says 8.38 gigabytes of the 32 gigabytes have been used. So that's approximately less than 24 or about 23 gigabytes left of free storage for you to use. So here you can see that the system itself uses 7.41 gigabytes, and then everything else is just everything else that comes with the phone. And there you have it. That is the Motorola G5S. Please see my other video for the 3-month post-use review of the phone. Thanks. See ya.